Good morning, everyone. I'm Martinez. My name is Itzell. It's Favorites Friday, and it's Favorites Quotes. So today we have "There is no way to be a perfect mother, but a million ways to be a great one" by Jill Churchill. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about times where we felt we weren't doing our best, but you still got an amazing result in the end. So for me, it's a lot of people were trying to tell me I was doing things wrong when me and my ex split up. Like, they tried to make it seem like I was pushing him away or something, but I wasn't. It was all his choice. He wanted, you know, hands off, I guess, approach to parenting, which you can't do if you're a parent. You're there all the time, or there as much time as you can be for circumstance. Like, if your kids live on the other side of the country, yeah, you can't be there all the time, but you put in effort. So he was around, but he didn't want to put any effort, and people tried to make it seem like I had to put in all the effort for the both of us. And how does that work? I'm not two people. I'm one person, and I'm doing what I need to for my girls. So yeah, I got a lot of backlash for that, and I tried for a long time to have his and mine parts of the conversation to keep him informed and all this stuff, and I eventually stopped when he didn't care. I believe I stopped when they were 4 and they were gonna have their heart murmurs surgically closed. He wasn't working. He didn't have to do anything. He could have came with his parents that were already coming to the hospital. Nope. So I'm like, yeah, we're done. Like, I'm not telling you anything. If you want to be informed, then you can reach out. And he would do this thing when he knew that his mom had my twins. He would just randomly, all of a sudden, have this need to visit his mother when he doesn't want to visit his mother, like, frequently or at all. So I let him know, like, you can't be doing this. You can't just randomly show up one day and then show up again 6 months later, show up again 9 months later. Like, that's not how it works. It's like, if you want to be there, then be there consistently. Like, you want to show up every Sunday, every Saturday, whatever. Just be consistent. And he didn't like that. So I haven't talked to him since 2014. So almost 10 years. My girls are going to be 13. So yeah. And part of me felt bad about it. Part of me wasn't sure, am I doing the right thing? But anybody that wants to be there for your children, be in their life, they're going to be there no matter what. My best friend's there, their grandparents are there, even their great grandmother that lives 3 hours away finally made it to her ex-daughter-in-law's for Easter so she could see her granddaughters. Like, yeah. So it's like, really? You're in town. Or, I don't know if he is anymore, but yeah. So, like, he was never there, parent-teacher conferences, anything, like, nothing. Just acting like, just don't care or something. I don't know. But it was like a month or so ago where I don't know how the subject came up about him in therapy, but it did. And the therapist asked, if you'd want to see him or whatever. And my daughter was like, yeah. And I think I did a good job in shielding my girls from the pain. And I was conflicted about that. Just like, I think it's amazing to want to know your parent, but it's not like an adoption scenario where you're doing the best thing for them. It's just like you just don't want to be a parent. You don't want to be a parent. You don't want to relinquish your rights, like legally either. I don't know what that's about. Can anyone explain it to me? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, so I think it's amazing that, my daughters don't have any, for lack of a better term, daddy issues, because, I shielded them from it, and they had so many great father figures in their life. Like, they're, my youngest father, he's been in their life since they were 2. I have my dad, and I have my brothers, and their grandfather. So, yeah, like, they are doing amazing. And when I was going through all of it, I really didn't think so. And then just like, seeing them and seeing how they are, and I'm just glad they're not more affected. I was able to like shield them from it and protect them. And everyone is always going to have something to say when you're a parent. Even when you're not a parent, they try to, when you're having kids, people are always going to have times where they say something. So just do your best and don't worry about what other people think or say. The only people that matter are children, and if they're okay mentally, physically, all that, that's what matters. Not what Nancy, I'm sorry, I just came up with the first name that popped into my head, or George are thinking, Because everyone's different. Everyone will do things differently, and maybe people will think, you should have pushed harder, but nobody had to push me to be a parent. No one had to throw my kids at me, like push them on me and say, like, be a mom. No. I was a mom, like, since I had them. Like, you didn't have to tell me what to do. I was a first time mom, but I figured it out. I don't know. Like, and some people say, it's different for a father because they don't have that maternal instinct. Well, some women don't have it either. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.